Greetings and welcome back to Switch to Linux. The cat stole my sweater. He's like, yep, it's mine. But it's like I threw the sweater around on the ground, so you could have that instead of stealing my chair again. But oh well, he's a little bit of a jerk anyway. You know. Well, anyway, today we are back to Distro Wars. We're doing Linux Mint Debian Edition versus Linux Mint. Does that not sound amazing? Well, how's everybody doing today? Tom Holt, greetings. I am doing well. The kitty is doing well. Linux Mint Debian Edition will be the future of Linux Mint. It would appear that that is probably going to be the case. So definitely an interesting discussion. Simple Tech digs them both. Linux Mint Debian Edition is awesome, but so is Mint 19.3. They're both rock solid. There's something that really pulls me in with Linux Mint Debian Edition with the styling. I love it. Not quite sure it's as user-friendly. Yeah, the styling, though, you'll have a hard time telling which one's which, to be all honesty. Let's see. Cindy was rock solid for me, and I'm hoping that Debbie is just as good or better. Actually, it looks like it's going to be better. Greetings, Moonbase Alpha Grays. How are all of these space aliens up there with you on the moon base? Alrighty, considering rearranging some furniture and sticking the computer downstairs for Mom and my niece in the great room. There you go. There's a good thing to do. As long as it's a Linux computer. You know, switch them to Linux. Switch them to Linux. Let's see. Same on the topic. I'm running Ubuntu Mate as the daily driver. Has been pretty solid. Very good. ThinkPad is running Linux Mint 19.3, and I am Windows free 100%. Woohoo! It's been like 13 days since I first booted onto Windows. Let's see. Using primary open source. Jeff Kelly, good evening to you. Michelangelo, I love your art. How's it going there? Kitty, the kitty, kitty. Hello. Andrea Alt. Yes, the kitty is super cute. Hello, Isaiah. Greetings to you. Meow, meow. Moonbase Self-Sick Gray says, kitty! Mohammed says, hello to you, Mohammed. How are you doing? I use the Debian Edition, and so does my mom. Very nice. Yeah, when about the time I get my mother to figure out how to remember how to delete email, I might think about switching her to something else. Although, I don't know, she might do better with Linux Mint than that Windows thing, because most of the problems are the stupid thing just keeps on slowing down to a crawl. I don't know. I am drinking, though, mint tea. Yeah. I thought of it today. I almost went for the constant comment, and I'm like, oh, no, I can't do that. I'm doing a mint versus mint. I have to use the mint tea today. All right, in other fun prediction news, I did predict that we would have our first case of the Kung Flu down here by the 25th, and as of yesterday, it showed up on the map. We have 7 cases. Oh, did I pin it or not? I did. Allegedly, we had the first one was confirmed by, like, I think maybe it was Monday-ish or something, but I couldn't quite, like, it wasn't showing up on any maps. As of yesterday, they showed up on maps. I did read some local news articles saying that they were, like, they were up to like 7. Erie was an interesting case. Erie has a grand total of 4 cases. Nothing critical, nothing dangerous, nothing situation. They locked the whole county down. According to the office of the local county, quote, to receive federal funds. So you guys up there in Erie County, my deepest apologies to you. Your government is corrupt and needs kicked out to the curb of the next election cycle. Remember that. You don't have a crisis going on, and they locked everybody down, even doing the you're not allowed to hang out with your friends order for until we tell you otherwise, exclusively for the purpose to receive federal funding, because they can't receive federal funding if their system is not in a state of emergency. All 4 non-dangerous cases constituted a state of emergency in Erie County. You guys need to vote those morons out next election. And I don't know if they're Republicans or Democrats. I don't care. I'm an equal opportunity offender. You do a bad job, get out of office. Get out of office. Fortunately, down here in State College, since they didn't let the students come back from spring break, there's like nobody here anyway. So I can't imagine us doing one of these full-on orders, but I just don't know. It's just like, because our town supports like 3 times as many people are here, but the only people here are those that full-time live here, and it's not a lot of people. It's actually very nice. It's like driving down the road during a zombie apocalypse or something. But anyway, Cat says greetings to your cat. All right. Hey, Kitty. All right, he says he returns his meows to your kitty. We are monitoring on the Discord server on live chat, and nobody else is talking, so we're just going to go ahead and jump on into the video, shall we? And then we'll come back up and wrap it up. I think I need to be off today by probably right about 8 o'clock is my definite cutoff time, so let's go ahead and do this, shall we? Welcome back to Switch to Linux. This is the return to Distro Wars. And today we're going to look at 2 distros from the same group, the same family, Linux Mint and Linux Mint Debian Edition. Some people have asked me to do a side-by-side comparative of them, and I've done quite a bit of comparisons and reviews of each of these. Of course, I use Linux Mint in production on 2 systems. My traveling web design, actually we're up to 3 now. My traveling laptop that I use when I'm traveling to get real production work done, that runs Linux Mint 18.3. The video production computer that I'm running right now is also 18.3, and my in-house work Linux computer that is done for web design stuff is running Linux Mint 19.3. And so I have a lot of experience on that. I have run Linux Mint Debian Edition in production on test systems a few times in the past, and I have a couple plans to test it out in the future as well. Our question is, how do these 2 distros compare? And they are becoming closer and closer. So first, let's go ahead and have a look at the websites. And of course, if you head on over to the linuxmint.com website, over to your download tab, then you have the option to go with Linux Mint 19. This is the one based on Ubuntu, or Linux Mint Debian Edition, which is the one based on Debian, of course. What's that? What's LMDE based on again? I forget. No. All right. So the Linux Mint Debian Edition, LMDE, only has a Cinnamon version at this point in time, but we have a 64 and a 32-bit. Linux Mint 19.3 still does have 64 and 32-bit, but is projected in the next release. That's probably not going to be there anymore, because Ubuntu has dropped those in ongoing editions. And since this is based on Ubuntu, we will probably see the loss of the 32-bit in the next edition. I've not heard for sure one way or the other. Now, why do they do Linux Mint Debian Edition? What this is it's their backup plan. These guys are some of the most prepared people for the progress of change. They've built this up, Linux Mint Debian Edition, exclusively looking at the goal from their released blog post. Its goal is to ensure Linux Mint would be able to continue to deliver the same user experience, and how much work would be involved if Ubuntu were to ever disappear or lose its ever-loving mind. So somebody did ask me that in a comment, why so much hate for Ubuntu? And understand, I don't hate Ubuntu. I'm saddened by the direction it goes. I love Ubuntu. But it's just taking turns for the worst. Starting to add some telemetry that even when you say don't send data, it still sends data. It just sends data to say, hey, this guy said not to send data. But that's still sending some data, and I find that still problematic. Also, the deep core integration of snap packages, even to the point where you can't even install Chromium without snap. So it's becoming more difficult because of the distribution method that Snap uses. Linux Mint doesn't do that, and so they have to work harder every iteration to remove the snap packages from Linux Mint, because they do not want there to be any snap packages. Now, if you want to use snaps in Linux Mint, you can still install it. It's available. They just don't want to include it in the system. They're going with Flatpaks instead. And of the 3, Flatpak, Snaps, and App Images, I prefer App Image, then Flatpak, then Snap. but a lot of things are going towards the snap packages, and that makes some people in the Linux community worried, because they're even saying we're not focusing on auditing the code anymore, we're focused on trusting the developers. And then who are the developers? The very people most of us are switching to Linux to avoid, like Microsoft and Facebook and Spotify, producing their official apps as snap packages. Sure, they're not going to be putting, weird, crazy, viruses packed into the stuff, but they're going to put in things that we in the Linux community do not like. And that is another reason why I love Linux Mint, is because they take a very, very strong, firm stance against any form of data collection. And they've always committed to that, and they will continue to commit to that. So they're always working on Linux Mint Debian Edition. In fact, in my opinion, the only things, in fact, I really only know of two major things on the user level interface that can't be easily done on Linux Mint Debian Edition that can be done in the Ubuntu-based version. That is, number one, changing the kernels from the update manager, and number two is installing proprietary drivers. I have heard through the grapevine that they are looking at doing a GUI interface for driver installation on Linux Mint Debian Edition. That will completely cinch the deal for me, because I don't necessarily advocate changing your kernels around a lot anyway. Security updates, yes, it does get security updates. Be aware of that. Kernel security updates do come through the Linux Mint Update Manager. We just don't have the ability to change the kernel, which I don't recommend people do unless there's a very good reason to. And you still can do it in Linux Mint Debian Edition. It's just not as easy to use. Now, once we move beyond that, the installation process is a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead and explain the process here rather than show you on the screen, just because these are two subtle nuances to the system before we get into it, and then we're going to go ahead and boot into the systems. So the installation process, obviously Linux Mint based on Ubuntu utilizes the Ubiquiti Ubuntu installer. The Linux Mint Debian Edition has its own installer, which is absolutely fabulous. It is a very good installer. And so what we have in this is, in the Ubuntu version, you have the ability to install multimedia codecs during the installation. That's not something you can do in the Debian edition, but they've added a GUI codecs installer in the welcome screen. So frankly, it's still just as good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and have a look at one of these guys first. And then we'll go have a look at the other one. And then we'll kind of show you, our goal here is to show you that these are so similar, you're going to have a very hard time figuring out which is which. Of course, if you know what little tiny nuances to look for, you will be able to figure it out. But here we are on the Cinnamon desktop. Both of these guys are going to be running a new version of Cinnamon. That's one of your advantages why you'd want to run Linux Mint Debian Edition instead of Debian with Cinnamon installed. Newer version of Cinnamon, and you're always going to get the latest and greatest out of Cinnamon as you move along. So here is our update manager. So there was, if you were paying attention, your context clue which one we're running. Haha, if you missed it, I'll tell you about it later. So we have everything else is going to be very much the same. So we can just have a look at how the systems look. We have a variety of different wallpapers here. They've always done the best job of just giving us the most beautiful wallpapers you could possibly imagine. So just a variety of things, or we can just go right on back to our basics and stick with what we had to start with. They both are going to have very similar theming. So if I go into our system settings, your theming is going to be the same on both of these guys. So you can see we have the X, the Y, and the Y dark. We have the variety of different colorations. So these basically exist just so you can do the full-on theming of your system here. So we'll go ahead and do we'll do the red across the board. All right. Go with this one here as well. So now we have red theming across the board. I don't like, I've never liked these basic Linux Mint icons. I've never been a big fan of those. So we'll go back to that just for the sake of the fact that I like these ones better. All right, so there we are. So we have a nice layout here. And with all of the rest of this here, we can see we have all of the basic tools we would expect. These are things that some people are going to call bloat. Derek, are you on? But anyway, some people say they're bloat. I don't. I do uninstall some things. I hate Redshift, so I will uninstall that. But as far as giving us tools like USB stick writers, formatters, character maps, that just showed up in my recent video on writing done right. I showed people the benefits of character maps. We have a few other tools in there as well. Here's our graphics. We have drawing, pixels, simple scan. Here we have Firefox browser, hex chat, our basic Office suite. Let's go ahead and have a look at which Office suite we are running right here. Celluloid, Rhythm Box. So pretty much all of the things that we would expect to see here. Let's go into help. Looks like we are running 6.1.5.2. All right, and as far as your software manager, they are going to have the same software manager. So very nice software manager. You can type in anything that you are looking for. You can narrow into various accessories and things, and it will tell you if something is coming from a Flatpak or from a snap. So if I do a Kdenlive, not a snap, the repository. So here, if I do a search for Kdenlive, we have a FlatHub version and we have a non-FlatHub version of Kdenlive. You can install either one of those. All right. Now, the next thing that we might have inside of our system settings, nearly everything else in here is the same. There's one thing missing here in one of them that does not appear in the other. So there's the other context clue. So basically, that is what we're looking at. You will have a very hard time telling which one of these is which. Of course, like I said, the installation is different. If we boot up the welcome screen, then one of them does have in the first steps an extra item that is not in the extra item if you've already installed it. So again, from this, you're not going to be able to tell which one this happens to be. So we're driving home this point here that it is going to be, these two are so similar, you'll have a hard time guessing which one is which. Here's your traditional modern layout, update manager, system snapshots, system settings, firewall, and things like that. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and boot this guy down, and then we will boot up the next one and have a look at the next one. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and see where we're at. Let's see. Did I leave a tray and macro? Hey, you are here, Derek. How's it going there, DistroTube? Indiana is in lockdown for 42 weeks. Oh my God, this is no, for 2 weeks. They did. Pennsylvania did actually just increase the school closing another 2 weeks, I think. Haven't you heard? Linux kernel is bloat. I wonder if Cinnamon will ever rebase on new GNOME. I don't know. Someone call my name? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Only put it out with Cinnamon. I think it's just for the purpose. So if they ever do drop the original one, I assume they're going to add. I assume they're going to go ahead and add the other ones in there as well. So I don't know. We'll see what happens there. All right, because the Mint guys create Cinnamon. If you want to use GNOME or KDE, why wouldn't you just install Debian? All right. All right. What is actually the benefit of Flatpak? It's to get the more up-to-date software without having to install all of the other. So Flatpaks will check for dependencies and only carry with it the ones that are missing, I believe, rather than install everything independently. I don't know all of the tiny odds and ends, but it is a way of packaging it, as DistroTube had indicated. Hello, LibreQuest Podcast. Greetings. I do use Debian with XFCE and Mate. All right. Okay, benefits some people using their package software in that format, so if you want that software. Okay, one of the benefits of AUR is not having to deal with too many package managers. If something runs on Linux, it's in the AUR. There you go. Auckland, New Zealand's in lockdown for 4 weeks. Oh boy. This is the end, people. This is the end. The end is nigh! All right. Until Linux Mint Debian Edition can handle PPAs, it's not for you. But it can handle other ways. Other ways of running newer software versions, like Debs. I have Linux Mint Debian Edition on a ThinkPad. I find it just super stable. Not have to mess around with it. Yes, PPAs are for Ubuntu. If they do switch from Ubuntu, they use Debian testing or rolling. That's how it started. But they decided it was harder to maintain than rolling Deb in a regular Ubuntu. Yep. Each finished show, by the way. Thanks for doing these. Hey, you are welcome, Tim. Thanks for coming along. Okay, Flasks replace PPA. All right, shall we dive on over to the next one? Let's go ahead and do that. Hold on, I gotta clear that out because I just had to install this one. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right. Okay, and here we are on the other one. Like, what has changed? That's a very good question. All right, so let's go ahead and have a look at your update manager here. And, ooh, look at there. There's your hint. There's your hint. You just saw your hint again if you were paying attention. Our software packages are going to be basically the same. In fact, I dare you to find the difference here. So drawing, pick, simple scan, internet. Here's our internet tools. Office tools. Let's go ahead and boot up Libre Writer. Let's see if that can provide us any context clues as to which one we are using and we're using. And let's go up here into About. And oh, look at that, 6.0731. Oh, I think I must have just given it away, haven't I? Sad, sad, sad. All right. And let's see, having a look at our software manager. It's going to be basically the same. It's going to take a second because this is the very first time I'm launching it. I had launched it previously on the other one. All right, so once again, everything is exactly the same. We can still have a look. Let's look at Kden Live again, not Kden Line. Kden Live again. Again, we have our non-flat pack and our flat pack versions. So everything is good there. We are up to date. And let's have a look at our system settings. Once again, our themes are all exactly the same theming options. Not going to notice any difference over there. Having a look down at the bottom, we'll notice that there's an extra tool under administration that you probably just missed. Ooh. So, with all of those guys in mind, what you can kind of see if you're using this in production, what you're actually going to find is that they're going to be pretty much the same. Now, Linux Mint, the Ubuntu version, might actually have a harder time playing some wine games and things because they don't have the 32-bit software installed in default. You need to go in and add that back in. Debian keeps it all in there. So actually, it might work better with wine games. Just a hint if you're trying to work with building something for wine or things like that. So the question happens to be, which one was which? Did you spot it? You might be thinking this is Linux Mint Debian Edition because of that older version of LibreOffice. That is not correct. This is Linux Mint based on Ubuntu. Yes, the Debian Edition does have a newer version of LibreOffice. Go figure. But yes, this one here is the Linux Mint based on Cinnamon. Linux Mint based on Ubuntu, I should say. Linux Mint 19.3 Cinnamon. You can see that. The other one, the first one we looked at, was the Linux Mint Debian Edition. As far as once these guys are installed and set up, you are going to have an almost impossible time distinguishing one from the other. The only place you're going to have any issue is when you are needing to install a proprietary driver Maybe setting up the media codecs, although it's in the welcome screen. It just wasn't there because we'd already installed it. And if you need to change the Linux kernels, those are going to be your primary differences. So overall, I think that this team is doing an amazing job. Which one is better? It kind of depends on the philosophy you want to take. I'm still using Linux Mint based on Ubuntu for most of my production stuff, although the one based on Debian looks as though it's becoming much more promising. Sure, the Linux Mint based on Ubuntu has the ability to integrate PPAs, but there's actually ways around that. I can install the latest LibreOffice on Debian just as easy as I can on the Ubuntu version. Ubuntu, I use a PPA, I use a .deb for the Debian-based version. So you're going to have a very hard time distinguishing which one is which. They're doing an amazing job. These two are now almost indistinguishable. The installation, again, is a little bit different. I would still say if you are a brand new user coming to Linux at the time similar to, about when I'm recording this video, I would probably still encourage you to go with the Ubuntu one, just in case you have any hardware issues. But they are both becoming very much the same. So excellent job. Hat is off to you guys in the Linux Mint team. Great job on this release. And it was hard to tell which one was which. So thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts. Which one you think is going to be better? Have you used them both? Let me know all that fun, jazzy stuff. Subscribe to the channel if you've not already. That would help out this channel quite a bit. Leave me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you hated it. And tell me about your items and grievances in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux. All right. Did I trick any of you guys with the LibreOffice is actually newer on Debian Edition? Did that surprise any of you? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Let's go to that camera because we got a cat. Let's see. Just like Ubuntu's repository more. Let's see. I thought Ubuntu was switching to all snaps, not Flatpaks. Yes, Ubuntu is doing things with snaps. They do not do things by default with Flatpaks, but you can install them, as Michelangelo says. You can install them. Yes, Ubuntu does want the whole world to switch to snaps. They want the world to be snappy. Hello, Anna Rita. Greetings. Snaps, Flatpak, snap images on my Arco install. All right. Okay. You can still use other packages. Yes. DT ain't no package snob. I'm a package snob. I'm a package snob here. All right. Just got here. Sorry for being late. Hello, Jonathan. How's it going there? Did you switch to Fedora from Red Hat? I mean, it's the same picture. I swear. It's just blue now. All right. End up using a snap of Yik Yak. Yak Yak? Yik Yak? Wow, Yak Yak? What is Yak Yak? Because I couldn't get the other one in the AUR to work. There you go. Yeah. What is the advantage of LMDE? To have Linux Mint that is not dependent on Ubuntu. That's their plan. Okay, might try Linux Mint Debian Edition by 32-bit Toshiba. There you go. Probably just get older packages, but more stable and not dependent on Canonical. Love your videos, and your voice is very lovely. DistroTube, apparently you have a very lovely voice. Canonical guys work close with Debian as well. Yeah, what makes people nervous is they also work close with Microsoft. And that's, I think, what makes some people nervous in the community. Can't find Shutter in Ubuntu Mate. Well, at least I can online, but it's from 2014. Which one is more stable? I don't know. They're both really good. Hello, Token. How's it going there? Is it Token? Token? Whatever. Greetings. Hi. We tried installing PPA. Whoa, the cat is walking away. Kitty, you walked away. Oh, you want to come up, huh? You want to come up here? Oh, you can come up. Of course you can come up. Oh, good kitty. Wow. Hello, people. There you go. You can have the cat pad. Let me move the T out of your way. All right. Love Cindy's look and feel. All right. Newer Debian editing. Sneaky. Hello, everyone. How are you all? I am doing well, Babbler. How are you doing? Let's canonical pushes snaps on Debian. They don't go too crazy with it. They want Ubuntu to be the forefront. For Debian, so I'm with LMDE. Yeah. Cat. Yes, cat. Fuzzy snake. Did switch to Fedora from Red Hat. Thanks for noticing, of course. So confused with which version of Linux Mint you were reviewing because I was not paying attention. If you were paying attention, you might have missed it. Cat has been self-isolating, gained some weight. That's right, you are self-isolating, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. He's like, dude, don't babyface me. Don't babyface me, indeed. He's like, don't babyface me, indeed. Huh, kidding. Self-isolating. I caught him self-isolating over by the food dish all day. Why use snaps instead of Flatpaks? Because Canonical wishes you to. All right. Let's see. Did I miss the demo? I'm not sure when you got here. You might have. Okay. Actually do ASMR. Voice reminds me of a movie star. My voice reminds me of a movie star? All right. Greetings. Hello, Tiger Shark is over on Discord right now, if you guys want to follow along over there. We are presently following along on the live chat channel. Live chat channel. Yeah, there you go. Hello, Benjamin. Greetings. Linux Mint Debian Edition is based on Debian. I think they should focus more on their LMDE version, not because I hate Ubuntu, but I think there's a distro based on a distro based on another has too many fail points. Yeah, I think that's probably the case. Ends up using an app image of Etcher. All right. Was it an app image of Etcher Sketch? All right. Is Linux Mint really moving towards Debian base? I thought it was a fallback. Linux, yeah, the LMDE is a fallback for if Ubuntu loses its mind or disappears. Okay. Whole video, I was early and late at the same time. How's that possible? I don't know. My home daycare officially closed as our lovely government decided if we don't close, we are penalty fee with big money. So house is too quiet. Told my wife do noises, scream or yell or something. I'm sorry. Yeah, everyone's being hit by this annoying craziness. Anna Rita, I have finished the draft of Synaptergy. I will be sending it on out to the editor possibly tomorrow. It depends. I need to print it out. And depending on when I want to try and sneak past the National Guard guarding the front door, you know, all these quarantine guys, I just need to go ahead and, try and get past here, break out of quarantine with my secret package under my arm, getting it out to the post office for delivery. But yeah, Tom and his cat are not social distancing. No, we're not. Oh, yeah, we're social distancing, kitty. We're social distancing. Yeah. I think Fedora is more desktop focused and Red Hat more server side. I don't work with either of them very much. YouTube, you're forgetting Tom is an alien. That is right. We are aliens. We are completely immune to this crap. We don't even have lungs. I mean, come on. Let's see. Cat heart penguin. Cat heart penguin. Cat heart penguin. The cat's like, what are you doing? Let's see. Face made for a radio. Don't say that to yourself. All right. First distro is Red Hat 8. All right. Which a reminder Ubuntu is losing their mind. Yes. From Iran, coronavirus is spreading rapidly. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. God's name is at 7:36, and I changed the clock to 12-hour. I don't know. It is 7:36 though. When the Linux kernel 5.6 is supposed to be out, I do not know. I do not know. I can tell you when it is out when I finally push upgrades to my Arch system, which get done only about once a week. So, Hey, I'm notorious. Like, Debian is built for me, man. I mean, by the time, an update comes up, it's like, oh, how long's that been there? Oh, a day? Oh, all right. Man, Arch, I could have updated it this morning. It'd still be yelling at me that there's updates to do. But anyway. Right, kitty cat. Right. There's noises outside. Thank you from France. Are you still using Mint Ubuntu base as the main distro? Yes, I am still using that as my main distribution. In fact, I just built myself a new work computer for... I'm guessing that my Windows 7 computer will die eventually. It is over 10 years old now. I'm guessing it will die eventually, and so I do have the next computer ready to take its place. I'm switching about a quarter of my work is being done on that, and the other 3/4 is still being done on the evil Windows 7 machine. 5.6, what kind of unstable distro is that guy running? I have no idea. Using 5.6 release candidate now. All right. I limit myself to weekly updates with Arch. Yeah, that's what I do. I generally do about once a week. Want to run Linux Mint Debian Edition on my desktop. Version 3 was giving me an issue. Hope version 4 runs. Hopefully it should. Steve's very own. Greetings. How's it going there? I missed you. You snuck in there. Like, yeah, sneaking in. All right. Peppermint has been doing a lot of updates lately, yeah. Crazy kernel, beta testers. That's right. All right. Hello, Spin Viking. Greetings. Let's see if there's anything else I wanted to cover. Not really. Let's go ahead and feed the kitty. And then let's do a crazy COVID update, shall we? I did notice though, for you guys following along, the Johns Hopkins map is back to reporting cities instead of just countries and states, which is good. The downside is none of these maps, this is like a big concern I have in mind, where part of the feeding into the fear-mongering of this insanity is they're not updating the number of cases that are discharged. So it's like, how can we possibly have our country indicating that there's like 62,000 cases and 300 recovered? I'm sorry, I don't buy that number. I think that they're just kind of neglecting that. This is something you have to take into account when you are considering statistics and things like that. I'm sticking by, yeah, we need to take a couple of precautions, but I'm sticking by this is not as big of a deal as some people want it to be. Why is it like it's massively growing now? No, it's not. The number of people getting tests has finally grown. Okay, that's really our deal. Anyone's panicking buying guns and ammo again? Thoughts? Hey, have the ammo. I've been stocked up. I have 5,000 rounds of ammo here, and I can make another 5,000 when I shoot the first 5,000. I actually ran out of brass. I should actually go out to the gun stores and find me some brass and just make some more. That's what I should do. Go out, get me some brass, make a whole bunch more. I think I use, how much powder do I use? I think I might use 2 or 3 grains of powder, maybe. I have 3 pounds of powder. I'm good on powder. I think I have easily 5,000 to 10,000 slugs, and I think I have 3 or 4 unopened boxes of primers laying around. We're talking the 1,000 boxes of primers laying around. So I'm okay. I'm ready for the zombie apocalypse. I'm all good. So I won't be out there interfering with all you guys. Stock up on your guns and ammo. That's cool. I won't be stocking up on it because I've been stocked on that for a long time. Yeah, and people are panicking. I'll tell you, this is... I don't know. We should do a gun collab. Let people know. Hey, we should. DT, we should. We need to. Let me know when. You're probably a lot more knowledgeable on some of that stuff. I got the basic home defense down. I got my 2 little 9mm, one on either end of the house. So no matter where you bust in my house, I'm getting close to one of them. But yeah, that'd be fun. Linux Mint 19.3 had strange audio issues. That's interesting. Prayer for Iran. We will pray for Iran. Tomorrow night is that stream, the Christian stream on my other channel. Let's see. Hello. Yes, across the border. Yeah, Anna Rita, if you want to go to United States, Anna Rita, sorry, you're locked into your country for now. You're locked in with all you crazy people. Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Let's see. Make your ammo. No way. Yes, I do. I do make my ammo. Let's see. Using Peppermint is using XFCE. Break your back loading that thing. Need help. Can anyone give a logical reason for using Linux Mint Debian Edition over Linux Mint except for hatred? Okay, we do not hate Canonical. Okay, this is one of the biggest problems that I see in this modern world where we're so black and white divisive. Just because I don't like Canonical does not mean I hate Canonical. I don't like the things that they're doing. Okay, FYI, shocking. My EC2 cloud runs an Ubuntu server. I don't hate Ubuntu. I don't hate Canonical. I don't like the things that they are doing. Okay, I don't like the things that they are doing, forcing snap packages and things like this. Now, why might one want to run Linux Mint Debian Edition? If you want the stability of Debian with the user-friendliness of Linux Mint, there's a good reason. My other channel, I actually have three other channels, although only two of them are under active growth right now. One of those is a Christian channel called Our Walk in Christ. Let me find you the channel links for that. And that one is where I cover Christian thought, which I try not to do here as much as possible. The other one is I am an author, and so what I do is I teach people how to do all of their production on free and open source software as an author. So today we did a tutorial looking at how to do custom page headers and things. That channel is called Writing Done Right. Writing Done Right, if you guys are following this channel and want to learn more about how to use some of the software, you'll probably like the Writing Done Right. There's going to be the occasional video that speaks just to authors' philosophy of writing and things. But the thing that grows on that channel more than anything is LibreOffice tutorials. So I try and do one LibreOffice tutorial per week. So looking at my playlist of LibreOffice tutorials, we did page headers. We did, let's see, bibliography, endnote styles in LibreOffice. We did styling. Let's see, which was one? Default styles, grammar checkers, ribbons. This is missing a bunch more of them. So there's a whole lot of stuff that we do over there. Saving and applying styles, introduction to styles, all LibreOffice stuff. We also have some GIMP tutorials. On Friday over there, I'm going to be doing a whole tutorial. I'm going to be basically not really a tutorial as much as I'm going to hang out with everybody online while I make the ebook version of my science fiction novel that's coming out. And who knows, maybe I'll read some of it to you guys. But I actually have my draft done of the science fiction novel, and so on Writing Done Right on Friday, probably 2 or 3-ish or so, somewhere around there, I'm actually going to be teaching you how to start with just a document file in LibreOffice and how to end the day. I'm not going to end the stream until I have my ebook ready to distribute. It won't be distributed yet because I need my comments back from my editor, but I'm going to have everything else done for the ebook distribution set by then, which... eek, that only gives me a day or so to do all the other things I need to do in the meantime. Eek, we'll get there. But anyway, so the Writing Done Right channel is going to be of particular interest if you like FOSS software and how to use it in writing books. So those are the other channels. And the last channel I have is called Home Cooking Hacks, home cooking stuff. I only have a couple videos over there right now, and maybe eventually I'll get back to it. But anyway. Seems very own. My government told us home daycare owners to close down, so not liking it. Yeah, and I wonder. Oh, you're writing a children's book. That's so awesome. That's cool, man. Go definitely check out that Writing Done Right. We have some writing philosophy stuff for you too. Actually, I've been doing our Christian Writers Critique group. Actually, has one of the people in our group are actually writing a children's book right now. So I've been reading a children's book every month for the last while. Really cool. Actually, I have a friend in Florida, I believe, that writes publishing children's books as well. So cool. All right. Never underestimate a Canadian with a canoe. What? Stop using Ubuntu desktop after the Unity debacle. I liked Unity. I did like Unity. Which, by the way, Unity, they changed the name. If you guys remember what the name Unity changed to, please drop it in the comments there. They changed their name to not be confused with the Unity video game engine. Allegedly, they're working on a new Ubuntu spin, which has the old Ubuntu on it. Yes! That'll be awesome. I want to go back and play with it. Never had Ubuntu 18.04 crash. Expand what stability really means. Stability like getting Firefox 69 versus 74. I think stability is when you're updating stuff, things break a lot. Ubuntu generally does not have that problem either. I've never really had an update bork Ubuntu. So other stability items. How long does your system have to stay online? Do you have to reboot it after an update? Things like that. That's something Ubuntu's starting to do a little bit more, is forcing updates after installs, things like that. So, there's little things like that. Thought I'd miss kids' noises, but I do. Not changing diapers. Don't miss that a bit. All right. Linux Mint Debian Edition has a rhythm box. How does that compare to Parole? Well, it's not in trouble with the law, clearly. If you're an audiophile, they say rhythm box is the better one. I've not used Parole. I've never been a fan of rhythm box, other than the fact that it supports podcasting out of the rhythm box. But I've not used Parole. My favorite is Banshee, actually. I just love the UI of it more than anything else. Majority of people today seem to have lost the real meaning of hate. It's not as easy as people think. It demands real effort and dedication. Yeah. Okay. Question. Can you actually install Adobe Flash on Linux Mint? Adobe Flash, no, there is or was an open source Flash version, but as of a couple of months, it's going to be a moot point because the end of 2020, it is completely out of support. Adobe Flash is important in the media codecs. Okay, that's good to know. All right. Do I have to pay to read your books, or are they free? Well, I mean, I am a published author. You can find me on all of the different platforms. Patreon supporters can get ebooks and audiobooks. $5 a month or more Patreon supporters can get access to those as well. Every now and again, I might do a free promo or something. When I get my third book out in the Kings of All Creation series, I might do a free promo for a couple of weeks on the first book in that series. So keep an eye out for promotions on the channels. If you're interested, I can probably get you an ebook copy of one of them if you want. If you're interested in that and you like Christian, shoot me an email and I'll shoot you one book of your choice, I guess. Let's see. Also appear in the Cinnamon Debian version, by the way. Thanks again. Let's see. What's up? Hello, Vince. How's it going there? Good to see you're still alive down under. Are you guys all quarantined still? All right. So what do you think Mint Debian, and how would you compare it to straight Mint? Well, I just did the video on that, so I'm not going to rehash it all here, but if you missed the first half of it, I will, by the end of this evening, I will have the edited condensed version back up, so you can have a look over there. Dead beef is where it's at. Hey, man, I might have me some, I don't have any dead beef left in my freezer, man. I need to go get me some dead beef. No, I'll have to do. I'll go down to my farmer. My farmer, I think, still has ground beef. I have a farmer, guys. It's the backdoor deal. I go to a farmer. In fact, I wrote on his website. I was updating his website. I wrote on his website, our eggs are so fresh, you almost run over the chickens getting here, which you do. I've actually almost run over the chickens several times going in and getting my eggs. Gen Z will be forever known as the toilet liquors and condom stores. Oh, the Gen whatever's after Zers will have a lot to live up to. Clementine is best. Yeah, Clementine's not bad. Things smell different, although the garbage bin is empty. It's a good thing, yeah. Had Linux Mint 19.2 die, but I think it might have had to do more with the computer being crappy. That's a possibility. Don't forget the Tide Pod heaters. Oh, God. Let's see. Okay. Wife took 2 weeks off. She's now cleaning the house like a mad woman, which is good, but now my to-do list just got a lot bigger. Uh-oh. Thanks for the dedication. Need to resume watching your Foundations videos. Awesome, Matthew. Don't forget, check out the new one, which is on the parables as well. All right, lockdown just started. Just starting down here this week. Oh, so you're just starting lockdown. All right. Isn't it so totally awesome? The whole world is losing freedom all at once. Very fascinating. Reorder. Oh, okay. Hey, Alexa, order unicorn meat. Confirm. All right. Let's see. LMDE 4. Been using it for a couple of days now. Yeah, it is totally awesome, isn't it? It is totally awesome. All right, let's see. Well, let's have a look. We pulled up the maps. Let me go ahead and go down here. Let's see. So, I think if I remember correctly, I think New York is now the hotbed. Like, the entire Northeast is pretty much done. Like, New York, New Jersey, all that kind of stuff is totally messed up. Pennsylvania is still really not hit all that hard for all the lockdowns. In fact, Montgomery County, I think, actually Philadelphia beat it, but Montgomery County was the first one under lockdown. That went under lockdown, I think, 2 weeks ago now. They only have 219 confirmed cases over there. Let's see what we got over here. Indianapolis, you guys, you're just screwed. Sorry, guys, in Indianapolis. Illinois, 1418. Let's have a look at Seattle. Is Pizza on? I don't think Pizza's on. Oh, yeah, Seattle's slowing down. Seattle's like, we're not the capital anymore. They only have 1,200 cases over there. Let's have a look at New York City's again. I think New York City is the capital here in United States. They got 17,000. Ouch, don't be in New York City. Of course, if you go over there, there's 3,000 over there, 2,000 over there. That's New Jersey. I think Westchester, I think that's where New Rochelle is. That's only 5,000. So, I mean, looking at the numbers here, even the cases that are reporting definitely appear to be slowing down. So, keep that going there. Mexico's only have 405. See, never mind. I was going to go there, but never mind. We're not going to do that. Is that Morgantown? Yeah. Morgantown's got a few. And let's see. I have friends down in Roanoke. They only have one case down there, though. That's good news. Yeah, we got our 7 here. I'm in quarantine on my own board. It's very sad, but oh well. All right. Let's see. How does it feel? Much better than the present one. All right. Living in Iran, haven't got a MasterCard or etc. Got bored and looking for something interesting to read. All right. New York is the worst right now. Yeah, awesome. Except Nemo in 2-panel mode in my experience. Oh, that's for a free book. I know I have to support the author. Yep. All right. One thing positive about LMDE versus straight Debian is a lot less tinkering around out of the box. Little things like not having to install sudo and such. Easier to switch to LXDE. Yep. Don't like the lockdown one bit, but White says at least our toilet works. For now. But if it stops working, though, you may have a hard time getting a plumber to come out. Very nice. And is the most easiest way to get into Debian. Yep. There are videos of Asians in America going around and purposely spreading the virus on benches, on food and grocery stores, etc. That's exciting to know. Got distracted by some work. Yeah, we do things at your own pace. All right. Linux Mint, or Linux MX, though, I feel is more polished than LMDE if you want Debian without the U word. They do have more recovery tools and things like that. Oh, DT's like sudo is bloated. Use do as instead. In fact, it may not be a bad idea because there was a vulnerability in sudo not long ago. Ooh. If you didn't have it, of course, my Linux Mint 18.3 was immune to it. Just those suckers on 19.3 were, you know. All right, guys. We're going to wrap this up. Hey, Kitty, you want to come and get your treats? Kitty treats! Kitty treats! We're going to feed the kitty, and then we'll get out of here. Yeah, come on up. Come on up, buddy. Houston, I hear a double catter. Houston, we have a double catter. We are going to feed from the ground. We've got a double catter. We have got a double catter. Yeah, that's right. You see my holes in my jeans. Come here, kitty. We've got a double catter. It's a double catter, folks. Yeah, here you go. And one more for each of ya. One more for each of ya. Whoa. There's nothing else there, but you can lick them if you want. What's up? Say hi. Oh, she's like, not really. Not really. This is the alleged other cat. This is the one you almost never see. And she is not happy to be here. Want to say hi to peoples? Say hi to peoples. Say hi. Say hi and you can go. Want to say hi? Yeah? You don't like being on camera, do you? You're like, get me out of here. All right. All right. Go on. All right. Houston, we had a double catter. We had a double catter. That is so rare to have a double catter around here. All right. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to try. So used to sudo, yeah. France is working hard on this virus with hydroxychloroquine. Have you heard about that? Yes, it's a generic antiviral drug. So an antiviral is going to work by it'll basically bind the RNA and kill it before it has a chance to get into the cell. If you've been exposed to the virus and you know like you've been exposed to it some accidental means, see if your doctor will prescribe it for you. And take it if you can, because it's going to prevent and drastically slow down infection. It does appear to be a very sound thing. The other things you can do, get some sunlight outside for about 30 minutes a day, vitamin C tablets, and if all else fails, something else you can try is hypertension drugs. All right. Toilet stops working here. We have a 5-gallon bucket full of water. Heard that works. Otherwise, wife better not ask to fix it. Yeah, there you go. 2 cats all along. I know. I know. Now, these kitties want to be sociable. Why aren't they social distancing? Yeah, they're like, never mind this. Okay. Got here late. Oh, well, catch the replay. Yep. I'll get that. I'll get the edited version out soon here tonight. Got a $1 noodle from a Dollar Tree. Cut it to fit a 5-gallon bucket. You'll have a complete toilet system. Oh. This video, and he's been working 2 weeks ago. Interesting. Hope it works. Rare appearance. Wow, the other cat showed up. That's right. She's just on Earth. She's waiting for me to finish so we can go back up to Beetlejuice. Later on, Moonbase. Lee made it pill for stupidity. Pfft, good luck with that. Vitamin C, harder to get here than toilet paper. Yeah, the funny thing is vitamin C is going to help your immune system. It's not bad, but vitamin D will actually decrease the effectiveness of the virus. So vitamin C is just a generic, decent immune system builder, but the mechanism of the virus, vitamin D, will reduce its effectiveness. That's why let the people have the vitamin C. You take the vitamin D. Let's see, restricted hydroxychloroquine here to those who really need it because some selfish idiots are panic buying. That's the panic buying and you people losing your mind is what's going to cause the problems in all this. I completely agree with that. It's insanity. It is insanity. But that's why you want to go outside because as the sun hits on your skin, that is the most bioavailable form of vitamin D. Supplement is going to be a very good thing. So it's scary being an essential food provider. No dust masks at work. Got to change the floor mats with no masks. Oh, that is kind of a problematic thing. Although if you spray them down first with some strong alcohol a little bit before you shake them out, that might help, but I don't know for sure. Need a prescription for it? It's like buying vitamins and use them. Yeah, I don't know. And it might be different in each country. Sunlight and vitamin D. Yeah, vitamin D reinforcement. Anything to up vitamin D and you want to up your calcium with your vitamin D, by the way. Let's go outside today. It was sunny. Decided to go outside and took a walk. There you go. That's some of the best stuff you can do. I walk too much at night, though, but I do some day walking as well. Except today, I woke up and it was snowing. This is truly the end of the world, people. Global warming has definitely got us, man. Global warming is going to kill us all. It was snowing this morning on March 25th. All right, we've crossed 8 o'clock. Could also try elderberry, works on the flu. I don't know what the mechanism is, but the mechanism of the flu is different from the mechanism of the coronavirus. So the coronavirus is specifically an ACE2 inhibitor. So vitamin D works because it upregulates ACE2. You need the ACE2 to regulate the breathing functions of the body. That's why you want to upregulate that. Elderberry may be decent on the flu, but I don't know its mechanism. And the flu's mechanism is different than this virus's mechanism. See, wasn't asking doctors to write them prescription, and some doctors were self-prescribing. Oh, I did see that. Vince. Yes, doctors were self-prescribing the drugs to them and their families so they could stockpile it. Oh, Lord. Never underestimate the good or ill effects of your thoughts. Yeah. Don't want to buy your mask with alcohol because you will be inhaling that stuff. Sunlight, CalMag, lots of water, some sleep. We're all good to go. For the most people, it's going to decrease the effectiveness of it. Yes. 2, but then stop snowing. Yeah. I'm running my winter boots away, so winter should be gone. That's right. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up from here. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. We should be back tomorrow with a supporter stream. I don't know the topic yet, but we will kind of figure that out as we go along. So with all of that, we'll have the edited version out soon if you missed it, and we will catch you guys next time. Catch you guys next time.